Hey everybody, it's Scooter here with SW Creations, and I have some really awesome rocks to show you. Now, I want to tell you that Greg and I went to the Brazos River up near Weatherford this past weekend, and so I came home with a bunch of just random rocks. And so I want to begin by showing you these, and some of them are really awesome. Some of them you can tell immediately what's going on with them, and you think they're really great. Like this, a very small piece of petrified wood. A larger piece of petrified wood. By the way, I found this in someone's driveway in the cliche that makes up their driveway. But this wasn't from the Brazos, but I think it's gorgeous. Which a lot of my fossils do come from that, because a lot of them are just in a limestone base. Okay, so this particular rock, see, it's just a generic rock, right? Then there are some like these where you can see that there's fossils. Now I have to figure out exactly how to polish these. Oh, this one's awesome. You see the coronoid there? That's awesome, that's awesome, that's awesome. And overall, you'll notice that basically I just have a bunch of rocks. I actually have one. See, this one has a bunch of little fossils in it. Oh, so cool. Some of the others have where you can see that there's fossilized material. Like this one feels almost like a, lava rock. But okay. So anyway, but as you can tell, these are just basic river rocks, right? These are just basic rocks that came from the river. Well, these are actually magic rocks. Oh, by the way, I found an Indian arrowhead. I don't want to go digging through here to find it. But now, and I'll talk to you about some of the rocks that I already have in just a moment. All right, so this is what I want to show you. See, here's a little piece of conglomerate. Okay. Oh, here's a beautiful, gotta check this one out. Look at that. There's two cronid pieces there, and then a third one there. And this is just a very, very shallow piece of rock. Okay, but I want to show you why these are magic rocks, and then I'll talk to you about some of the rocks that I already have that I didn't realize. Okay, so we're gonna shut off the light. Don't get scared. Okay, can't see anything really. I mean, you can see a little bit, but. Okay, now, all this is, you can't see it, but all this is a little pin type flashlight, and it has a UV light. Okay, so, whoa, that's kind of scary looking. Okay, so check out these rocks. It's kind of hard to see because my camera, dagnabbit. Okay, so you really, it's hard to see because of the way the camera works. But those are just random rocks, and then whenever I shine a light on them, they begin glowing with kind of a yellowish. All of the fossils stand out. You can kind of see it better if I hold the flashlight back. Okay, and then this is basically just a tub of rocks that are all fluorescent. Now, the really cool thing is, though, I realized when I got my flashlight out that even some of my agate pieces, some of my, this one here, this is a fossil piece, and see how they pop too? This one is just a piece of banded stone that I cut the other day, and it just pops. It's like as soon as, oh, you gotta check this little one out. Trying to see if I can. Okay, so I'll show you what this little one looks like in a minute. But do you see how these just light up? And this whole thing is filled with rocks that all have fluorescent qualities. Okay, close your eyes for just a second. Let your eyes adjust. Okay, so with that in mind, what I want to point out is all of these rocks that I got all have fluorescent properties. Well, not all of them. I have some in there in a box that didn't. But either in this particular container, they either have fluorescent properties or they had really good fossils in them, so that's why I have them set aside. Okay, so that little one that I said I'd show you, this is what it looks like. Okay, it doesn't look like anything, but whenever you light it up with the UV light, it turns yellow. Okay. Let me see. There was one other one. Let me see if it's these two. Let me turn the light back off. So, okay. It's kind of hard to see, but do you see this rock right here? It has yellow and orange. You see the orange? So it has two different types of fluorescent type material. Either that or just the coloring, because if you look on this side, all you can get is the yellow. But on this side, you can definitely see orange popping, and that's awesome. Okay, close your eyes again. Okay, there we go. Let your eyes adjust. Now, with this, what I wanted to talk about is phosphorescent versus fluorescent. Phosphorescent are things that you shine a light source on, such as a regular white light, like, you know, here in the restroom. And they maintain that lighting. So when you turn the light off, they still glow. And we've all had toys like that. They make clay like that, like Silly Putty. They also make a lot of slime and stuff like that is phosphorescent. Phosphorescent, it's P-H-O-S, fluorescent, not false fluorescent, phosphorescent. And basically, once you put it in a light source, it could be UV light, it could be regular light, because most people don't think about regular light having, you know, anyway. Okay, so any type of light source, and it lights up, and then when you turn the light source off, it maintains that light for a little bit until it finally grows dark again. That's phosphorescent. Now, regular fluorescent, like we think of fluorescent lighting, regular fluorescent is it has some type of mineral that glows when it's shined with a certain light source. In this case, with UV. And what's very interesting about it is I showed you the one that had a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange. By the way, that was something I already had. That's a slab. That's not something I found. That one had two different colors. And you'll notice if you're dealing with fluorescent material that actually if you change the length of the UV ray. So if you have one of those UV lights that has a little dial on it that lets you change the length of the wavelength, or the wavelength, you'll notice that it can have multiple colors that show up based on the different wavelength. I have a piece of soda light that I have that I think is really cool because if I shine one of my black lights on it, it's bright green. If I shine the other black light on it, it turns it a dim orange. And so it all depends on the wavelength of the UV. Now this particular pin light, it's a Work Pro, and you'll see it has a little flashlight on the bottom, has the sidebar flashlight, and then it has the black light on the other end. Okay, and it also, I love it because it charges using USB-C, and I can just plug it up to any charger. Oh, and the other thing, it has a magnet, but I don't have anything metal in here to show you, but see, it has a magnet right there too. So you could light this up and stick it to whatever and it'll just sit there as long as it's magnetized, you know, as long as it's metal. So needless to say, phosphorescent and fluorescent are two total different things. Phosphorescent is a type of ability to maintain light that has already been shined on it. Fluorescent is like these, that when you shine the light on them, they glow, And if you think of fluorescent orange, fluorescent green, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent blue, that when you shine a black light on them, they pop, you know, like the 70s. Or you think of, which I wasn't allowed in the 70s, it's all good. Or you think of people who have those black light paintings and they glow, they have certain colors. That's fluorescent. If you turn off the black light, all of a sudden it goes dim. Or it goes to regular lighting. And so these rocks are fluorescent. And I wish the camera could catch it better, but I have some awesome specimens that I already had. And so after finding these rocks and deciding, hey, this looks like something that could fluoresce, I decided to use a black light, and in the process accidentally shine the black light on some other material that I had been working with, and they just popped. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And like I said, most of these little river rocks, are all of the little river rocks that I showed you, they all came from the Brazos River in Texas. And all I did was I was sitting in the river. Greg was off floating and playing and swimming. I was sitting there digging through rocks, and the little fish, the little bitty guppy type fish, they were sitting there nibbling on our legs and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so just wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully I'll have more videos soon.